G'day, I'm Jason.
And I'm Doug.
And we're two Aussie dads.
Okay, Jason, Australia Day, give me something iconically Australian.
Mate, what can be better than Australian meat pie?
Doesn't sound overly Australian. Can you make it more Australian for me?
Mate, how about I make a lamb meat pie?
Oh, okay, that rate's about a 9.5 on my Aussie Ometer. Let's get into it.
Sounds like a plan. Cue the music. Okay, first thing we're going to do when we make our pie is we're going to need to make the pastry first. To make the pastry, we're going to take 2 cups of plain flour, put it into our blender. Then we're going to add 125 grams of butter. And we're going to add a pinch of salt, and we're going to turn the blender on to start blending in the butter and the flour till it starts to form a bit of a crumb. Okay, see it's starting to become a crumb. See all the butter's worked through into the pastry and it's forming little balls. At that point we're going to add an egg yolk, which is going to be mixed in with 3 to 4 tablespoons of cold water. We're going to slowly add that while the blender's running until it forms a ball. So once the pastry is forming into a ball, we're going to take it out of the blender. So you just work it into a bit of a ball, okay? Don't overwork it. That's right, tell it how much you love it. We're going to wrap it up in some cling wrap and we're going to put it in the fridge for half an hour before we bring it out and roll it flat for our pastry in the pie dishes. Done. So while that's cooling off in the fridge for half an hour, we'll get straight in and do the filling. Today I'm going to be using a pulled leg of lamb. This is just left over from a couple of nights ago. I've made up a nice thick gravy, which we're going to be putting into the meat. And I've also got some chopped up mint that I'm going to throw in. Now combine it all together and then spoon it into our pastry. Add the gravy to the meat. Then just stir it through. Ooh, that's really technical, Jace. You're a wonderful cook, Jace. You can make pies. They look really difficult. Okay, let's go get our pastry. So 30 minutes gone, pastry's come out, it's nice and hard. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to roll it out. Nice and thin, about 1/2 centimetre thick, that's about 1/4 inch maybe in the old measures. Now don't buggerise around too much of this because you want to get in, otherwise the butter's going to start to melt and it's going to turn to mess. Okay, you can see here it's starting to lift off, that means it's starting to get overworked. But we're right now, it's about the right thickness, so time to cut the pies out. These are just your standard pie tins, pie moulds, pie trays, whatever you want to call them. I got these from Coles, I think they're about $4 each or something. For the base of the pie tin, I'm going to trim it about 1 centimetre or 1/2 inch wider than the actual pie tray. That way when I put it into the pie tray and it sinks down, it'll still have enough to come up all around to the top of the edges. Then we're going to cut another one, the same size as the pie tray, so that's going to be the top. So once you've got your pastry rolled out and cut out, you put your base in first. Put in some of your mixture. Then sit your top piece over the top. And crimp around the edge with a fork. Brush the top with some milk and egg yolk. And then straight into the oven at about 180 for about 40 minutes or until they go nice and brown. Bonza. So there you go, Doug, a fair dinkum iconic meal. Meat pie with minted lamb filling. If it was any more Aussie, it'd have a pouch.
All right, I guess there's only one thing left to do. Give it a squirt of dead horse, crack a tinny, and bog in this Australia Day.
You're catching on there, Doug.
All right, that's our show for today. You like this video, like it down there, leave a comment down there, or subscribe down there. But remember, I'm Doug.
I'm Jason.
And we're two Aussie dads. So just eat it, okay?
You'll love it.
All right.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Some pies you win, some pies you lose. Doesn't matter, still tastes bloody good.
Oh yeah.